If our nation falters because it cannot bear the sacrifice of its sons, we have failed. The objective is total combat readiness within 3 years. These words from the French General Staff act as an inverted declaration of war. The message from Paris to Moscow is clear. The Kremlin has drafted plans to invade sovereign European territory. French intelligence estimates the country faces a major conflict within 3 to 5 years, and the public is being bluntly warned to prepare for casualties. The assessment indicates Russia is mobilizing to storm NATO's eastern flank. If successful, the offensive will not stop at the border. Its ultimate targets are the hearts of Paris and Berlin. German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius confirms this alarm, stating that a direct war between NATO and Russia is closer than previously calculated. But it may not be the entire NATO alliance that fights, it may be Europe alone. Analysts warn that neither Donald Trump nor Recep Tayyip Erdogan intends to defend the old continent. The geopolitical reality suggests Washington and Ankara may stand back, allowing a conflict designed to exhaust both the Russian bear and the European powers. These are not standard diplomatic warnings. They are pre-war alerts for 2030. President Emmanuel Macron has declared France will back Kyiv at any cost, a resolve echoed by Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Meanwhile, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán warns that Europe stands at a historic precipice, forced to choose between Donald Trump's proposed peace deal or a slide into direct confrontation with a Russia that views Europe, barring France and Germany, as strategically negligible. Vladimir Putin is marshalling military resources, potentially to write the final chapter of his legacy in the capitals of Western Europe. Looming in the background is the shadow of Donald Trump, seeking a settlement that forces Ukraine to cede territory and capitulate to Putin. This would grant Kyiv a temporary reprieve, but create a vulnerable flank for a wider offensive. Because Europe rejects this capitulation, we are witnessing massive French mobilization. Paris is shifting to a war economy, ramping up manufacturing and fortification. The French army is reviewing conscription models and upgrading reserves. Simultaneously, Paris is hardening infrastructure, securing command posts, and deploying advanced anti-missile systems. The industrial goal is to manufacture tanks, combat vehicles, and drones independently. Crucially, Paris is positioning itself to provide a nuclear umbrella for Europe, anticipating an American withdrawal. The message is stark. France is preparing for a scenario where French soil is targeted directly. Germany mirrors this urgency. Berlin has transitioned from a policy of quiet defense to declared combat readiness. Minister Pistorius warns Russia could strike by 2029, prompting Germany to increase military spending and secure domestic arms production. Berlin is fortifying defenses and exploring a rigorous National Guard model. Germany is spearheading a collective European defense industry to reduce reliance on external suppliers. Berlin asserts that Europe can no longer remain a spectator while Putin prepares for war before the end of the decade. While France and Germany are the heavyweights, the conflict will engulf the Baltic nations, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, alongside Poland, the Czech Republic, and Slovakia. The Russian threat targets the entire eastern perimeter of the NATO alliance. This has triggered a massive redeployment of forces and the activation of collective defense protocols. Yet, unity remains fragile. Questions persist over which nations will actually fight. A fragmented Europe faces the prospect of the US and Turkey standing aside. Trump's potential strategy envisions a peace deal that essentially freezes the lines to prioritize American interests, leaving a weakened Europe exposed to Russian penetration. Turkish President Erdogan remains a wild card. His transactional pragmatism offers no guarantee of support for Brussels. Ankara may even align with Moscow if it serves Turkish interests. This leaves Europe facing a vacuum of military aid, significantly weakening its defensive posture. Beyond the politics, strategic planners foresee 4 distinct war scenarios. Scenario 1. A rapid, limited Russian assault on the Baltics or eastern Poland to test NATO resolve before 2029. Scenario 2. A full-scale conventional war across Europe around 2030, as predicted by French intelligence, involving ballistic missile barrages and massed ground invasions. Scenario 3. A hybrid war starting with cyber attacks and drone swarms to sever supply lines before conventional engagement. Scenario 4. A phased Russian invasion, annexing nations individually while the US remains disengaged. Each scenario entails catastrophic human and economic costs, with the lingering risk of nuclear escalation. Ultimately, the alarms sounding in Paris and Berlin signal that Europe faces a stark choice. Immediate, total mobilization, or the risk of a third world war.